Welcome to NME ICT Sakshat e-content project under Ministry of HRD Government of India. This project is of marketing management. The project is under NME ICT, that is National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. Under this mission, a proper balance between content generation, research in critical areas relating to imparting of education, and connectivity for integrating our knowledge with the advancement in other countries is to be attempted. In order to bolster our knowledge resources to obtain and maintaining the competitive edge in the world, we require a system of identification and nurturing of talent and lifelong learning. Knowledge modules based on personalized needs of the learner would need to be delivered to him or her at the right time with the right content interactively to take care of his or her aspirations. With these objectives in mind, these videos are created for the portal section. We will learn basic marketing over here.
Hi, I am LL means learner. I am learner of marketing management. I'll learn marketing in master's class. The desire for learning marketing comes out of interest. This is very interesting topic. Marketing management is seen everywhere in the society. You see up or down, you see here and there, you can see brand names and logos and advertisements and people working in marketing area. I am very much interested in learning marketing. Let us learn marketing from Dr. Badiyani. He is going to teach marketing management under Sakshat e-content development project under National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology, that means NME-ICT. Let us start learning. Good morning to all. Today, we are going to learn consumer market.
Hello and welcome to Sakshat e-content on marketing management. Today we are going to understand buyer behavior or consumer behavior. Consumer is the end user of the product. Consumer market is the market for consumers. That is, market of the products for final consumption. Understanding consumer market involves two things. Number one, understanding consumer motives, and number two, understanding consumer behavior. Because several times motives are not converted to behavior, behavior is even important to understand over here. Let us start with consumer motives first. Well, understanding consumer motives straightway goes to a question: why consumers buy? Well, a single line answer to this can be for satisfaction of the needs or motives. Well, there may be several kinds of motives for which consumers buy. Motives is that something, I mean to say, a driving force, that is what is called as motivation. Internal driving force, internal objectives are there, that can be said as something like behind needs the force is there. I need a car and the force is something like, I want to travel in a luxury, I want to show to somebody, or I want to have something like ease of transportation. Well, that's internal force behind my needs, and that is what is called as motives. Clear-cut words or theoretical words to motives. Motives can be said as the thought, the urge, feeling, emotion, and drive, which make the buyer to react in the form of something like a decision. Motives can be classified into two parts: primary motives and secondary motives. Primary motives are those motives which are related to the primary needs of the mankind. I mean to say, I am hungry, I am in need of sleep, or something like, bread, clothes and shelter. Of course, several other physiological requirements are also covered under primary motives. Well, if we say secondary motives are that emotional, rational motives which are not directed by primary needs but they are directed by secondary needs. Well, they are normally affected by the environment of the society. It can be emotional, like you can say love and affection. It can be rational too several times, like you can say durability and economy and convenience and etc. It can be several times patronage motives also, like service motive or store loyalty or something like that. Well, that's about motives. If we concentrate on the second part, that is what is understanding consumer behavior, there may be several parts over here. Like you can say consumers, how consumers buy, or which factors affect consumers. In addition to several factors which are created by marketers, there are several environmental factors which affect consumer as decision maker or as you can say buyer. There may be several factors but mainly classified in four categories. Number 1, cultural. Number 2, social. Number 3, personal. And number 4, psychological. First category, cultural factors. Culture depends on so many things. Culture changes with time and place, and culture is about social traditions and taboos and rules and procedures which we follow as a part of society. Well, obviously you say that Indian culture is different from other cultures, like American culture, like Japanese culture. What we wear, what we eat, what way we live, that all are influenced by culture. Even culture, first category, has got three subparts: culture, subculture and social class. We have already understood the culture, but if we talk about subculture, it is a part of culture. I mean to say, within a culture, there may be several subcultures. Within an Indian culture, you may say Jammu and Kashmir has got different subculture compared to Kerala. Well, you say that every part, every region has got several different subculture. If you go minutely within a state also, there may be different subcultures which may exist, and different subcultures may go up to smallest level too. The third part into the cultural factors is social class. That relatively you can say a class dependent on income, occupation and social comparison. It may be upper class or middle class or lower class, or several authors may have divided in several other ways too. So these classes even affect your purchasing of products. Like if you are in upper class, you are not going to buy inferior quality products because you have got enough money to spend, because you try to compare to others, because you have got different kind of occupation which you can say lower class has. Well, that is what is social class, and that is what is about cultural factors. Second class, social factors, is talking about social references and comparison to several other kind of people. Well, it may be divided into three subparts over here. Number 1, reference group. Number 2, family. And number 3, roles and status. Reference group is the group to which you refer while purchasing the product. Can be divided again into two parts, primary reference group and secondary reference group. Primary reference group is the group to which a consumer belongs. I mean to say, to my friends, to my parents, to my you can say colleagues, and etc. I belong to that groups. Family is also a primary reference group. Secondary reference group is the group to which I don't belong but I wish to belong to. I mean to say, a celebrity uses a car or a celebrity uses a soft drink and I want to take that one. I mean to say, I want to be like that, or I want to be into that group. As if I have asked to them, I have referred to them in the advertisements, of course in one-way communication, a television advertisement, as if I have asked that what you are using and what I want to use. So I am using them as a reference group, but I don't be a part of that group, and that's why it is known as secondary reference group. Taking family, family is a primary reference group as we have initially said in reference groups, but family is so important that it is given a different status in reference group section, reference group category. Well, in several products, recall, you have taken references much more from your colleagues and friends, etc., and in family you decide about that product. See the weightage of the opinions of the family and weightage of the opinions of your colleagues and your friends. Of course, several times whatever is your choice is different, but the family choices are more important. So family is a different status over here, different group over here, different category over here. Well, and a different factor over here which affects consumer behavior. Third factor in reference group is roles and status. We have got different status in the society, and according to our status we live. If we say that my status is much more upward and I don't want to go for less costly, quality is a different thing, but less costly products. So you say according to your status you are purchasing different products. Well, now going to roles. Roles is something which I play to different persons. Well, over here I am taking the session, and that's why I can be said as a lecturer, as if I am taking lecture. But if my child is sitting within this group, I am a lecturer to him. At my own house, I am a father to him. If I say I go somewhere in my friends, I am his or her friend. But if my brother of of same age comes to that group, he is a friend. At home, he is a brother. So you say different roles are there which we play to different person, and even to a single person there may be different roles. So that roles play again an important part for purchasing, as your role changes, your instructions, your behaviors, your relations change, and your products change obviously. The third category is known as personal factors, which involves age, occupation, economic situations, lifestyle, and personality. Considering age, different age groups purchase different products, obviously. A small child demands chocolate, and an aged person demands medical facilities. Obviously, it is very obvious to say over here. If we say occupation, that even may affect purchasing of different products. If you ask me to purchase a pen, as a professor, as a lecturer, I may be purchasing with a great detail. And if you ask a doctor to purchase a medicine, he will purchase in a great detail. Well, but if you reverse this and if you ask me to purchase a drug, there are chances that I may not read the label which is written on the drug, while a doctor may say, give me a pen without much worry. Well, that's something which occupation is and how occupation affects. Well, if we talk about economic circumstances, there is no need to explain, but economic circumstances definitely affect the product purchase. If you don't have money in your pocket, how can you purchase? Well, that affects. Then you say lifestyle. Lifestyle has, different things. It refers to a way a person lives in the society and is expressed by the things in his or her surroundings. What I have in my surrounding represents my lifestyle. If I have got this kind of chalk or this kind of duster, it is my lifestyle, a part of my lifestyle. But if I have got something which is called as a mobile phone, which kind of mobile phone represents my lifestyle? Even if you talk about personality, personality has different characteristics such as dominance, aggressiveness, self-confidence, etc., which can be useful to determine the consumer behavior for particular products. Well, definitely yes. Next category is about psychological factors, which includes motivation. As we say, motivation is internal force that directs me to act in certain way. It may be nothing but motivation. My motives are different, and that motivation affects my product purchase. If you talk about next, perception is something like selecting, organizing and interpreting the world around me. I like blue, I don't know why, but I select blue colors shirts everywhere then. You see, to your own cupboards and wardrobes, that majority of the times we have got shades of single color in almost every cloth. Why this is so? Because we like it. We try to perceive it as a good color. What we see, what we listen, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch, this all 5 sensory organs goes for that. Somebody may have got 6th, we are not talking of that over here. Well, that is what is said as, you can say, perception, and perception affects your purchase of the products. Definitely yes. You say beliefs and attitudes is the next one. Attitudes are predispositions, whether positive or negative, towards an object or a person. It may be positive, it may be negative, it may be answered in yes and no. It may be answered in good and bad. It may be answered in positive and negative, and that is what is known as attitude. But if we describe that attitude, that okay, this person who is taking the session may be good or bad, but good description of that good in several paragraphs, that this way is good, this way is bad, and that is what is known as your belief, the description. The next factor is learning. We learn so many things from the environment. We learn so many things from ourselves. We learn so many things even starting before birth to the end of the life. So that's what learning even takes place. If we learn that X product we have not purchased was better than Y product, whatever we have purchased, then we may change our opinion for next time purchase, and that is what is learning. So this is what is about factors affecting consumer behavior. There may be different types of consumer behavior. like several times you think much more, and several times you go for just habitually that you give me this, etc., etc. And there may be, you can say, starting from the need recognition to the post purchase satisfaction, there may be a process too, that you recognize the need, and you are influenced by so many people and so many environmental variables, and then afterwards you go for, you can say, searching for alternatives, and then afterwards you go for, you can say, evaluating that alternatives, that which is better for me, and then afterwards you make a decision, and then you exchange and purchase, and then post purchase. Each stage has got different kinds of behavior, which may be covered in advanced studies of consumer behavior. So, what we did today is about consumer behavior, is about buying motives and buyer behavior, is about 4 categories of factors and process of buyer behavior. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the class and watching. I have learned a lot. Did you? Have a good day from the learner.